So one of the initiatives that our chapter took was working with Quesa, who is now Foodwise in San Francisco. They run the farmers markets. Working with them to work with their farmers to build big, beautiful boxes of produce, use the money from these brands to pay the farmers for their work and their labor, and still feed our bartenders.
Hi, this is Ankita from Bartender Spirits Awards, and we have Jennifer Ward with us as a council president from Bartenders Guild. So welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
To have you in the 5th chapter of Bartender Spirits Award.
So happy to be here.
So why don't you start by introducing you as the council president of Bartenders Guild and give us more information about what you guys are into nowadays.
Absolutely. So the USBG, or the United States Bartenders Guild, has been around for about 75 years in some form or another. Its first true chapter was in Southern California and has grown since. And we have about, between all of the chapters, about 2,000 members countrywide.
Amazing.
My role is the president of the San Francisco Bay Area chapter, which is one of the largest and oldest chapters in the organization.
Amazing. So when you say council president, what comes under your responsibility? What comes under your umbrella?
So all things making sure that our area is healthy and moving forward with our goals. That means we are financially fiscal, we are taking in perspective the entire region, not just our members, but every bartender, whether they be at a dive bar or the latest craft cocktail bar.
You define your goals as in elevating the bar industry, educating them, building a community. So what sort of programs do you run for everybody who's out there so that people get to know that if they are interested in USBG, how they can get involved into it?
So we run everything from networking events, happy hours to just come in, have a sip, see who's in the area currently, who's hiring, who's looking for part-time help, how do I develop into a brand bartender or a brand ambassador, as well as fun initiatives like our East Bay Bartenders Softball League, which is kicking off in 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's one of my pet projects. I love that. It's always a fun time. To true deep dives into sake or gin or ice, and really studying in on a particular subject and honing our skills as professionals.
And I see a lot of accreditations are also being given by USBG. So do you get a lot of educators in-house developed, or do you recruit them, or they are just like somebody you ask them to come as a guest invitee and do it for you? How does that go, the education part?
It really depends on the piece of education. So like if we went with sake, we would hunt around for a sake sommelier to really give us a deep dive. If it's somebody who's teaching us how to sharpen our knives behind the bar, we would find somebody who has that specialty. Obviously, we look within the guild first, to see if there's any experts in our field.
Nice.
But if there's not, then that's an opportunity to bring somebody outside the organization with an outside's perspective to give us a different viewpoint.
So long, I think USBG is there in this industry, in this bar industry and bar community. Any of the success stories or any of the testimonials that you would like to share with the viewers in terms of how this has helped to elevate the bar industry? What all major achievements that you guys have done so far that people should know?
Absolutely. So I've watched bartenders grow up within the industry, from barbacks and cocktail servers to brand ambassadors and master distillers. But beyond that, I've watched this community truly come together in times of crisis. The pandemic was a perfect example.
True.
Where we had brands who wanted to help out, but everyone was closed.
Correct.
So one of the initiatives that our chapter took was working with Quesa, who is now Foodwise in San Francisco. They run the farmers markets. Working with them to work with their farmers to build big, beautiful boxes of produce, use the money from these brands to pay the farmers for their work and their labor, and still feed our bartenders. So it was one of those heartwarming moments where we all got to stay fed, stay connected, even though we couldn't see each other and we couldn't be out working.
True.
So I've watched all of these moments, big and small, that because we come together as a group and an organization, we are able to achieve these greater things.
Amazing. So one last question. So if somebody is looking to join to Bartenders Guild, what sort of people makes the perfect fit for this community?
If you sling spirits, you are our people. You know, it doesn't matter if you are at a dive bar or a strip club or at the latest future bars in San Francisco, or you are just a brand ambassador. It doesn't matter. You are still in the hospitality industry. You are still part of our community.
We look forward to go more into Bartenders Guild and see that how exactly this comes in this industry and builds the change.
Absolutely. And more information, anybody can go to usbg.org.